Hello, everyone. My name is Amaya Gregory, and my project is titled The Magic Behind the Mouse, an interdisciplinary analysis of Disney's best practices and its potential to improve healthcare. So, the Disney Company is among the largest and most well supported companies worldwide. Many people, including myself, enjoy Disneyland and are truly passionate about its company and characteristics. And you'll notice people like me who love Disney tend to go and then immediately want to go back. And there's a draw to Disney that keeps us coming back again and again. So, a huge aspect of my research was determining what those aspects are. And I found that the theme park attractions, the on screen experience from the animation studio, Disney's customer service policies, and its inclusive fandom are crucial factors to making Disney so magical. There are several studies and publications out there that discuss these things. However, few have tied them all together in one comprehensive space and applied them to another discipline. And so that's what I aim to do today. So, my goals were to gain a better understanding of the factors that create the magic within the Disney company, to acknowledge and recognize some of the barriers and current issues within healthcare, and then draw conclusions and connections between those two topics to propose strategies to make healthcare more accessible, more approachable, and more magical as a whole. I did this through a literary analysis regarding the Disney company and current issues in healthcare. I then created an anonymous Google form that was posted to my social media from December 1st to the 3rd in 2021. And this form included 6 questions regarding the Disney company and 4 questions regarding healthcare. And I received 82 responses total. And from there, I compared my results to current literature and drew conclusions about effective measures that we can take to improve. My research began by looking at the first main aspect of the company, the animation studio. I found that this studio has become infamous through its use of new technology to reach and connect to people. Its works and movies have become incredibly effective in creating an emotional appeal by displaying joy, overcoming obstacles, love, and other emotions we as humans feel all the time. Seeing emotions that we feel on a screen leads to connections and nostalgia developed between us and the screen. Disney is creating meaningful stories with meaningful characters that tend to have a change for the better. So, watching these events unfold instills hope in ourselves that our world could have a change for the better too. This reminds us of our love in our own lives and creates an invisible bond and connection between us and these characters and films that we see. I then analyzed the theme parks and their attractions and what makes those aspects contribute so much to the Disney magic. For background, there are 12 parks and 9 resorts scattered all over the world. In each park and resort, the ideas and scenes from the animation studio are turned to life and create a unique mix of real and imaginary things. This mixture plays to that emotional connection we've made from movies and animation, yet still allows us to recognize the real elements in the park. And this combination allows us to escape into a new sense of reality. Additionally, the music and soundtracks allow visitors to feel more connected to the park. Distinct smells connect yet another sense, and so once again, these aspects pull all of our senses to be recognizable and nostalgic, further building that connection. All of these factors combined transport us to new places, and the attention to detail allows us to recognize and thus appreciate Disney and its parks. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge serves as a prime example of this. When you walk into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you're immediately transported into a galaxy far, far away. The language, sights, smells, and sounds are all different from the rest of the park and the rest of our normality as a whole, and allows us to be fully immersed and enveloped in that unique experience and away from the worries and hassles of everyday life. The third aspect I found that brings magic to the mouse is the fandom and community. Disney has an incredibly large and loyal fan base, primarily because Disney and its creations are foundationally unique. The movies and parks provide an experience that you just can't get anywhere else, and this factor brings people together with a shared love for that experience. Not only that, but Disney promotes this with activities like pin trading, Disney bounding, and leaving legacies or small things throughout the park for other park goers to find. Another huge community outreach effort from Disney is the Disney Plus streaming service. It allows people to access the magic from wherever you are, and as well, Disney is prevalent and visible, helping in the community as a whole. This includes events like the Volunteers Program, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the hashtag Share Your Ears social media campaign, to name a few. The last main aspect I analyzed was Disney's customer service attitudes and policies. Current research shows that Disney's extensive marketing and advertising leads to high expectations among customers. However, it has become a precedent that when you work for Disney, you are committing to provide good experiences. Thus, when those high consumer expectations are met, it leads to trust and reliability. Disney also incorporates strong techniques on crisis management and handling negative feedback. This overall leads to a respectful, welcoming, and approachable environment for all guests. This is also furthered because, most importantly, it is found that the magic is truly the people and cast members that work there that make these experiences possible. Their customer first ideology strives for the best possible experience and truly allows for this welcoming and approachable environment for all of these guests. So, with all of these factors identified, I analyzed the results from my survey to see if these same factors are just as significant for our local community. Based on the data shown, it's clear that the same aspects deemed important in literature apply to our community too. All four factors were rated highly in positive contribution in terms of the company as a whole and the theme park specifically. And the data suggests that people are connecting and interacting with the company and its contributions even today. Finally, my data highlights that customer service is an important aspect for most of the respondents, and a large majority have had positive experiences while using a service from Disney. So now that the major aspects making Disney magical have been identified and correlated to apply to our own community, I looked at the factors of healthcare that needed improvement. Based on my results, I found that despite majority of people visiting a healthcare professional in the last year, majority only go when they are sick and really need to. Majority will feel anxiety or uncomfortable about half the time that they visit. And while most have a good experience with good, clear service, others face a lack of understanding and a form of bias or discrimination during their visit. While these are major issues within the healthcare system, it doesn't have to be, and Disney can help. In a direct association, Disney can influence our mental health. A study was done with cancer patients in which one group watched Disney movies during their treatments and the others did not. It was found that those that did watch the movies reported better physical, social, and mental health afterwards. In personal accounts, a blogger and Magic Key holder Kyle Elliott attended the Gay Day celebration that Disney holds and shared how this event made him feel welcomed, accepted, and less anxious to be himself around others. Disney also has disability access services for mental conditions that may require more assistance and depictions of mental health in films to serve as an educational and supportive tool for audiences. While this is a direct correlation between mental health and Disney, there are indirect associations too. As previously shown, discrimination and bias is a major issue in healthcare that limits effective and preventative care. Similar to how magic and inclusivity begins with cast members at Disneyland, with more extensive training on inclusivity and customer interactions for healthcare professionals, like those that Disney requires, we could foster more inclusive healthcare professions that decrease bias or discriminatory tendencies. Another issue found in my results is the lack of consistency in communication. When communication between patients and healthcare professionals has gaps, overall understanding and knowledge of medical procedures or terminology can lead to patient anxieties and a lack of trust. And then, with additional discrimination within the system, patients sometimes have a good and sometimes have a bad experience. This inconsistency is another barrier that many individuals face towards healthcare. However, with more implementation of customer or patient first ideologies and policies, like those that we've seen are effective at Disneyland, this issue could be reduced. Lastly, Disney does a great job with community through service projects, Disney Plus accessibility, and strong customer service in times of need. A major benefit and repercussion of this community involvement is that Disney facets are extremely recognizable. When people see Mickey Mouse, they know it's Disney. And the same should occur in healthcare. Our healthcare professionals should be recognizable and approachable individuals that we can rely on and trust to care for us. All in all, our healthcare system will never be perfect, and neither will the Disney company, because nothing ever is. However, Disney provides a strong framework for the type of company and service that makes a positive difference and impact. Applying these same themes and blueprints to healthcare could truly make a difference, save a life, and create a healthier society as a whole. So I propose that we assemble as the superhero professionals that we strive to be, make Mickey and Minnie proud, and work each and every day to make our work just a little bit more impactful and magical too, because it truly begins with us. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my family and friends for their endless support, and of course to my mentor, Professor Andy Stein, who is one of the biggest Disney fans I know and truly helped guide me in this journey to producing a meaningful and passion-filled project. So thank you all. And here are my references.